What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Stand Up Guys podcast, episode 21. Podcast is old enough to drink now. I'm your host, incomparable Zach Jones. Joining me, as always, the Timmy Timmons to my Tommy Timmons, Lester Jones.
Yeah, these just get more and more obscure.
I'm told that's a Sandlot reference.
The Timmons brothers.
And we're back around to this one. Joining us, we got the Ninth Wonder, Chocolate Thunder, licking butts and getting in guts, the ass tasting, times a wasting, having fun, eating that scrum, the phenomenal one. A.J. Singh.
Hello, everyone. What's scrum?
Butthole.
Somebody's going to fact check you.
Somebody watches.
I honestly only heard that term because I'm always watching Tom Segura, and that's the term he always uses. So apparently it's a thing. You guys do anything this week? I know you're just watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Like crazy.
What about you?
Gosh, I don't remember. I know I've watched the Repair Shop. There's one season of something else I watched. I'm completely blanking right now.
Big Mouth, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Big Mouth. I watched Big Mouth.
I still need to catch up on that. I started Star Trek Discovery. I'm not really far enough in to make a verdict yet. Like it's.
Which one was that one?
Picard?
No, this one's a newer one.
Oh, I vaguely do remember seeing that they were doing something.
It has a woman from The Walking Dead is the lead. Shaniqua Martin Green, I think, is her name. All right.
Give you nothing on that one.
Yeah.
Two hooping scoops.
Boy, if anybody's still watching, I promise things will get marginally more entertaining. All right, AJ, as tradition dictates, we'll start with you. Hopefully you got something to lighten us up with.
Well, let's talk about the curse of the UK's biggest lottery winners. So these people have suffered divorce, death, and destitution. So currently, or I guess like a couple days ago, the jackpot was £181.5 million, and whoever would win it would become the largest winner or the richest winner in the lottery in the UK ever.
How much was it again?
£181.5 million.
Ours are substantially larger than that.
Yeah, they do get bigger here. I don't know. Let's see here. So, yeah. There was a huge, but winning a huge lottery isn't always a blessing. Here's a look at those cursed by the lottery wins. So the first person is Colin Weir and his wife Christine, who won £161 million back in 2011. They became Scotland's biggest ever lotto winners, and the former cameraman was quick to splash the cash. He forked out for cars, jewelry, and property and pumped money into his favorite football club, Partick Thistle, as well as donating massive amounts to good causes. He also shared his fortune with his friends and charitable trusts, and passed on money to his two children with Christine. By the time his fortune he died from sepsis last year in 2019, and his fortune had shrunk by $40 million. He bought lavish cars, homes, gifts for his loved ones. He bought 55% stake in Partick Thistle, the football club, a month before he died so he could donate the club to fans and put the future of the club in their hands. He suffered years of ill health at the time of his death. Colin lived in a $1.1 million 5-bedroom seafront home, which he bought in June 2018. So he had a pretty good situation. He died young, 55.
Yeah, 55 is kind of young.
Yeah. Let's see. The next person is Michael Carroll. The 35-year-old is possibly the most famous example of the curse of the lottery. Michael Carroll was known as the Lotto Lout after he blew his £10 million fortune on flashy cars and partying. And now the 35-year-old is working for a coal merchant firm, chopping wood and lifting heavy bags of fuel every day. He starts work at 6 a.m. and is paid £10 an hour, a far cry from his luxury lifestyle that saw him dubbed the King of Chaves.
How much did he win?
£10 million.
Yeah, you do hear a lot of stories about people who they're broke in like a matter of years.
He was too young when he won. He was 19.
Yeah, it's really common.
Couldn't they at least like sell some of those cars and like?
Yeah, you think you could
For a lot
resell some of that
less.
crap? Yeah, even if you're losing money, but it was like, yeah,
Yeah, I think a lot of these, because I've heard a lot of these stories about Americans doing the lottery too, and I think for a lot of them it's just like they never had money and then they get it and they just
Blow it.
they don't know what to do with it.
I mean, it happens to like a lot of ball players and shit too.
Yeah.
Just rags to riches, and then like it's gone again.
It was happening to a lot of entertainers too, like rappers and stuff
Yeah.
when they first got in there.
Yeah, they'll buy like tigers and shit.
Yeah. Mike Tyson, he
Yeah.
spent, how much was he worth? Like 400 million?
Yeah, I have no idea. It just had to be a fortune. Yeah.
Spent all of it.
He went back? He went bankrupt, or like
He owed money. He recently had a fight with I think I'm gonna get corrected, Roy Jones Jr. I think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was probably worth a lot of money to help him pay off those debts and stuff. But man, I mean,
Yeah, it's, I don't know. A lot of people get in that situation. It's just a spending issue.
yeah,
But you figure even if you just like put that in the bank and lived on interest, you could have lived better than like virtually anybody.
yeah, you could live as a very wealthy person. Like if you just had, even if like you had $2 million, put it in the like a
Yeah.
mutual fund, invest it. You could make like 6 figures off that every year and
Yeah.
live very well. So yeah, I don't get it, man. It's crazy. It's youth, I think, because there's more people on here. There's one who was 16. Let me see if I can find her. And
They wouldn't let you play the lottery here for 16.
Not here.
Yeah. You got to be 18 here.
And she won 1.8 million pounds, which is like close to like $3.5 million. And she blew it all, like 250,000 pounds on cocaine,
Well, yeah, a good
Yeah.
coke habit.
300,000 pounds on clothes, which I don't get. I'm not buying clothes for 300,000. Like I don't know if you have that kind of money.
Yeah.
You don't need to show people that you have that kind of money. You can just wear whatever comfortable clothes you like.
Yeah, you should have like a good parent backing you up.
16-year-old, yeah, you would think so, but she got away with spending 250,000 pounds on cocaine, so I don't know
Yeah.
who was helping her.
My thing too is like if I had that much money, like I don't want people to know I got that money, so I'm not going to be wearing like flashy clothes and shit. Like I don't want everybody knowing that I have money.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember one lottery winner. I think this one was the U.S., but he was spending like a bunch of money and shit and he had like a limo and whatever. But like he's bragging to a bunch of people like how he kept a bunch of cash in there, so somebody robbed him, of course.
Oh my god.
I think it happened to him more than once, maybe. just being stupid,
Dum-dums. I don't get it, man. Like, the funny thing is, like, people who don't have money, who want to act like they have money and, like, buy expensive
Yeah.
clothes and all this stuff.
It's all about showing off.
Yeah, I just don't get these people. Like, live within your means. Be, just try to be comfortable with what you got.
Yeah. On the cocaine one, I was thinking.
That seems
I'm
like a
probably
lot of
mixing up this-
cocaine. Like I don't know how much cocaine costs, but like
Well, I mean, if
250,000.
you're having parties and stuff, you can blow it out pretty quick, probably.
I don't know anybody who has cocaine. Like, if I got rich.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone with cocaine. So
Yeah.
surprisingly, actually.
Yeah. Do these people just find you when you win the lottery?
Maybe.
Hey,
It's like, hey, I heard you got some cash.
You got cocaine money now.
you got 250,000 pounds for cocaine.
But who's the singer? Tyler in Aerosmith, I think.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler. I could be getting the wrong person, but I think he was like he estimated that he spent like I want to say it was something like $6 to $11 million on cocaine in his lifetime.
Holy shit.
And that is an expensive drug.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, youth probably has a lot to do with it. There's one more in here who's 17, and she spent her money on like 25,000 pounds on boob jobs and stuff like that.
Well, that's money well spent.
She was 17. That's crazy.
You could make that money back.
Yeah, now she just has to find a rich old creep.
She
Double up.
she offered to pay someone $60,000 a year to date her, or 60,000 pounds a year to date her. That same girl, and she was pretty.
I don't know.
I don't know either,
Kinda
man.
Strange.
She said that the lottery did crazy things, like it made her.
It's like you have money. It's like what's the weirdest shit I can do with this?
That is nuts. And there was also one guy. Let me see if I can find him. Or no, there was a couple that won about $2.3 million. And the woman, she talks about how it was horrible and she's still listed as a lottery winner and this and that. Yeah. But she actually left her husband and married a guy worth $222 million pounds.
Apparently they started moving in a little better circle.
Yeah. I wonder if she's still complaining about the money.
She took that $2 million with her.
I have the worst luck. I keep meeting millionaires and getting rich. But yeah, that's just a story about some lotto winners.
And I had another one popped in my head while you were talking about that, and I forgot.
I mean, there was a lottery winner here. I told you about him, right? Like, we talked about on the show where this guy won money and shared it with his friend. They made a deal, like, if you win or I win, we split it.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh, I was thinking about one of the two guys who created Ninja Turtles. Like, they were pretty broke, and like when it went big, like he just got like this huge check, from franchise or whatever out of nowhere, and it's like the first thing he bought was like a tank. It's like
practical.
Yeah. He was prepared.
That's nuts, man. I don't get it.
All right, round one on the old manifesto. What we got this week?
Man, this is all garbage, man. I swear I got garbage. Bring in garbage. Oh, so an American drug distributor mixed up antidepressants and Viagra.
Oh, well, it kind of works the same way. Yeah. Or you're like really depressed with a boner, crying.
Where's the punchline? I know there's a punchline.
I didn't think of any punchlines this week. I'm just like, I'm way behind, man. That would have been probably the best candidate, though. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that'd be a surprise. That I take antidepressants. I wouldn't mind getting a boner pill here and there.
Yeah. Surprise.
Viagra might just be a good antidepressant.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be that depressed if you got a pill.
like I don't want one of those like forever boners, man. I'm not cool with that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Viagra, but I heard about they're not just potent and getting you up, but they actually make it look bigger.
Probably just because it's
like
so hard.
Yeah,
just painfully engorged.
I would do that if I just started dating a girl. If we were like having sex for the first time, I'd pop one of those so that she gets in her head that like this is normal and this happens all the time.
I think I'd go the other way. Like the first time, I don't want to be that good. Just good enough. And then, like every once in a while, you give her a good one.
You want to set expectation.
Yeah, you want to set the bar low. You don't want to set it high, and then like show up a month later and be like,
"No, I'm like a drug dealer. I give them the good stuff up front, and then they keep coming back for it, and they're like, "Where's the good stuff? Where's the good stuff?"
That would be depressing, though.
She'll keep hoping that one of these days,
one day you'll have another good one.
Yeah,
you want to let them know that there's at least a possibility that it can be good every once in a while.
Yeah. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah. She'll be putting it in your freaking oatmeal.
Yeah, she catches on.
Was that all on that one?
Yeah. All these are like one sentence, like garbage.
Okay, so this topic, I'm not going to read like through everything here, but basically Disney just had a big list of announcements of like things they're going to bring to Disney Plus and things like that. And so I figured I'd just read through a few of them and kind of just talk about them, gauge you guys' interest in here. So the first one is, I guess, and again, I haven't watched The Mandalorian yet. I will. But apparently season 2, they introduced Ahsoka, who was like a character they first developed on the animated Clone Wars cartoon, and now she's in live action. So now they're going to have a spin-off focused on her character. It's just called Ahsoka. After making her long-awaited live-action debut in The Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano's story, written by Dave Filoni, will continue in a limited series Ahsoka, starring Rosario Dawson, and executive produced by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. All this is via Deadline.com.
I would check out Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. Rangers of the New Republic, set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. Rangers of the New Republic is a new live-action series from executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni that will intersect with future stories and culminate into a climactic story event.
Is this a space western as well? It sounds kind of like
sounds like it, but that's all the details they have on it right now. Andor, a tense, nail-biting spy thriller created by Tony Gilroy, is set to arrive on Disney Plus in 2022. Diego Luna, reprising the role of rebel spy Cassian Andor from Rogue One, a Star Wars story, will be joined by a fantastic new cast that includes, and it gives all these names, but most of them,
man, they're really trying to drown you.
They introduced like 10 Star Wars related shows, and some of them, like that one, Andor, was already one that people knew about. It's just they kind of reduced, had more details about it and stuff. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor returns in his iconic role of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi for a special event series on Disney Plus, officially titled Obi-Wan Kenobi. The series begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where he faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, turned evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. The series is directed by Deborah Chow, who helmed memorable episodes of The Mandalorian Season 1, and features the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. So I wonder if they're just using his voice.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm imagining they're going to have the voice modulator, so they got to make him sound somewhat like, what's his name, right?
Well, the thing is, now they can do so much of that stuff, and it's like, it's still kind of like questionable, using people.
Is he dead? James Earl Jones?
I think he's still alive.
James Earl Jones, I think, is still alive.
Because they just reused his voice for the Lion King live action movie because he was Mufasa. Or is that right?
But did he have new lines, or did he cut and paste? I haven't watched any of those.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but I think they had new lines and they had him do the voice again.
Oh, I mean, that's fine.
This next one, they actually did have a short trailer for that I watched. The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch first introduced in the Clone Wars as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone Wars. Members of Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exceptional skill that makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and a formidable crew. In the post-Clone War era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. The animated series will arrive exclusively on Disney+. So, like, I watched, when they made Disney+, they did one extra season of that Clone Wars cartoon, so I haven't watched that yet, but I had watched all the ones before that, and it's actually a fairly good animated series.
Yeah, I knew it had a good reputation. I haven't watched too much of it.
Which, like most people for good reason kind of revile the prequels that George Lucas made.
Yeah.
But like my thing is like that series came, out of those movies and it's pretty good. So at least you get something good out of that time.
Well, I mean,
period.
if you've got this much, you can kind of like pick and choose. Like nobody wants to watch 10. Well, that's not true. People do. But like I would definitely like cherry pick those. I did watch the first season of Mandalorian though. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I do want to watch it. I figure like pretty soon I'll subscribe to Disney Plus for a while, and because I think the second season of The Mandalorian is wrapping up here pretty soon. So then I can watch
the whole thing for a month.
Yeah. The next one, Star Wars Visions, presenting all new creative takes on the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. The anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. These ones I might check out. I got to say, I'm not a huge anime guy.
Yeah, that one sounds pretty experimental, which is okay.
It's probably one of those ones where they'll be like,
It's basically a lot of short stories, it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe a good one here and a shitty one there, something like that. The next one, Lando. The galaxy's favorite scoundrel, Lando Calrissian, will return in Lando, a brand new event series from Disney+. Justin Simeon, creator of the critically acclaimed Dear White People and a huge Star Wars fan, is in the early stages of developing the project. And they don't say if they're going to get Donald Glover or who they're going to get. I imagine probably him, but
I didn't really like that character.
Lando.
Yeah, I thought he was like a scumbag politician who made poor choices because he was a turd.
Now, Have you actually seen Solo, a Star Wars story, or have
I
you?
haven't watched those.
So your context to him is just in like
The
Empire
movies,
Strikes
yeah.
Back and those. The next one is called The Acolyte. Leslie Headland, an Emmy Award-nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll, brings a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus with The Acolyte, the mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. Well, I do
So
like
is this going to
mystery.
be over like a decade, or is it, they're just planning on like plopping these out?
That's a good question. They don't really give a timetable as of now, except for the ones that have, like Andor was already in development, so they gave a 2022 on that. So, like, yeah, I imagine these will be over, like, at least a 5-year period, I would think.
I saw a YouTube video where this guy was pretending to do the pitch meeting for all these shows.
Oh yeah.
And the other guy was like, "Give me any idea you got. Give me all the ideas." And the guy was like, "Well, what about droids? It's just a show. Like, what about that's a show? Let's make it." They made all these, man.
It's funny you mentioned that because the next one is a droid story. As Lucasfilm continues to develop new stories, the intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities to explore. Lucasfilm Animation is teaming up with Lucasfilm's visual effects team, Industrial Light and Magic, to develop a special Star Wars adventure film for Disney Plus, A Droid Story. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero guided by legendary duo R2-D2 and C-3PO. This next one is not Star Wars related, and it's one I don't care about. But you remember, I'll just read it. Willow, set decades after Ron Howard's 1988 movie, continues the spirit of adventure, heroics, and humor of the original film in this new series debuting on Disney Plus in 2022. Warwick Davis will return in the role of the great sorcerer Willow Ufgood, with John Chu, director of Crazy Rich Asians, directing the pilot. Willow is one of those movies. I know I saw it when I was really, really young, but I
don't really remember anything.
I don't really either. I don't.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah, fantasy stuff just doesn't really do it for me. Next is a bunch of Marvel stuff they announced. Now,
Yeah.
several of these are ones we already knew about, but they did release like new trailers and some. So, WandaVision is going to debut on January 15th, 2021. And basically it looks like, have you guys seen any of the trailers for it? Basically
Black
that
and white.
it definitely looks like they're like don't know that they're in like a fabricated world or something. So like they look like they're in different sitcoms. Yeah, one's like black and white, one's like looks like it's from like the 70s, like maybe like a Brady Bunch style thing. And so like it's like they're trapped in this world or something, and then like maybe as the story goes along they kind of figure that out or something.
Presumably.
In the comics, like, she has like a mental breakdown or something. That's what caused it.
Yeah, like there's a big story in Marvel, this event called M Day, where like she breaks down and she says no more mutants, and like it fucks up the X-Men. Next one, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier kicking off Disney Plus March 19th, 2021. So that one's coming up relatively soon as well. Is a new series starring Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, a.k.a. the Falcon, and Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. the Winter Soldier. The pair who came together in the final moments of Avengers Endgame team up on a global adventure that tests their abilities and their patience. Directed by Kerry Scogland, with Malcolm Spellman serving as head writer. The 6-episode series also stars Daniel Bruhl as Baron Zemo, Emily Van Camp as Sharon Carter, and Wyatt Russell as John Walker. Really?
Unless it gets great reviews, I'm out.
Well, the good thing about I think most of these series are only 6 episodes, so it's not like a huge time commitment.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's not selling me. We'll see.
They're not the most exciting characters, like.
Yeah, I'm not enticed by the character very much.
I will say Wyatt Russell, who they're using in this series, if they weren't using him there, I would actually, he would be my pick to play Wolverine. I think he would make he's Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him. I don't remember what
He was in Overlord. Next is Loki. Loki is set to debut on Disney Plus in May 2021. Man, they're just pumping these out in 2021. Featuring the God of Mischief as he steps out of his brother's shadow in a new series that takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. Tom Hiddleston returns as a title character, joined by Owen Wilson. And, geez, all these names I don't really recognize.
Okay, Owen Wilson.
Yeah, but Owen Wilson's in there. But yeah, if I remember right, in an Endgame, like, they go back in time and, like, that version of him, like, gets the Tesseract or something. And so it's weird. Like, he's that character that won't die. Like, they kill him and they find a way to bring him back.
Right, yeah.
I'd watch that, though. I'd watch that. I'm interested.
Yeah,
in
he's
Loki.
definitely entertaining, Tom Hiddleston. The next one is an animated series, What If. What If flips the script on the MCU, reimagining famous events from the films in unexpected ways, coming to Disney Plus in summer 2021. Marvel Studios' first animated series focuses on different heroes from the MCU, featuring a voice cast that includes a host of stars who reprise their roles. The series is directed by Brian Andrews. Ashley Bradley is head writer. So yeah, this is. They also did this in the comics. It's a big thing in Marvel. They had a What If series where basically they just say, this famous thing happened in Marvel Comics, but what if this happened? And then they write a comic about it. So this is kind of going in that tradition.
I'd watch that only because Chadwick Boseman's voice is on there. I want to hear it.
Yeah, maybe if the writing turned out to be good.
It's kind of the similar idea to Elseworlds that DC always did. Which I always enjoy those stories, so I would maybe check this out. Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, launching on Disney Plus in late 2021, is a new series that introduces Kamala Khan, a 16-year-old Pakistani American growing up in Jersey City. A great student, avid gamer, and a voracious fan fiction scribe, she has a special affinity for superheroes, particularly Captain Marvel. But Kamala struggles to fit in at home and at school. That is until she gets superpowers like the hero she always looked up to. Life is easier with superpowers, right? Iman Vellani stars as Kamala Khan, a.k.a. Miss Marvel. And the cast, once again, includes all these names I've never heard of. But this one, I do like, I've read Miss Marvel, the comic book, and I actually do like that series. Much like Peter Parker, they do, like, make you, like, care about her character and, like, the things going on with her family and stuff. So, I definitely would at least check it out. Who knows if it'll be any good, but
again, probably waiting for the ratings.
Yeah,
I might wait for the ratings on that one too. But and then everybody's favorite Marvel hero, Hawkeye, which
Motherfucker ain't dead yet.
Goddamn bow and arrow.
which debuts on Disney Plus in late 2021, stars Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, who teams up with another well-known archer from the Marvel Comics, Kate Bishop, played by Haley Steinfeld. The cast also includes Vera Farmiga, and a bunch of other names.
What's the only thing worse than one archer? Two archers.
I mean, there is a Hawkeye series by Matt Fraction that's pretty good that I think they're trying to kind of probably go off on this, but we'll see.
I mean, it's not a fucking superhero. I can shoot a bow and arrow.
But
hey, Hulk, drink. Oh, I guess I'm a faggot.
But can you do it really, really fast?
You can shoot the Hulk 100 times. I think you'd probably still lose.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this before, but that scene in Endgame where they're like, Black Widow and him are like trying to one up each other. Like, no, I'm going to sacrifice myself. No, I'm like Black Widow should have been like, oh yeah, I'm going to. She should have just let him look out. I'll be right there. Oh, the next one, She-Hulk, a new comedy series coming to Disney Plus, stars Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk, a lawyer who specializes in superhuman-oriented legal cases. She-Hulk will welcome a host of Marvel characters to the series, including the Hulk, played by Mark Ruffalo, and the Abomination, played by Tim Roth. The series is directed by Kat Quaro and Anu Valia. Jessica Gao is head writer. I don't recognize those last names, but it is weird that they're going, well, I guess not weird, but the fact that they're straight out saying this is a comedy series.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting take, I guess.
I'd watch that one. See what their comedy is like. I hope Matt Murdock makes an appearance in that one. If she's like a lawyer or something, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're still working that. From what I understand, it sounds like. Oh, have you guys? This is related to this, I guess. So they're making Spider-Man 3 with Tom Holland.
With everyone.
Yeah, and apparently it's going to be like a multiverse thing where they're like they got
oh yeah, more than one Spider-Man.
yeah Doc to come back from
Tobey Maguire.
the Tim Raimi movies, and they haven't like Jamie Foxx, which I don't know why they'd even want to bring back that movie, but yeah, some multiverse thing with all of them. And apparently, like another rumor is that
I have no memory of Jamie Foxx in Spider-Man.
He was that electric guy or whatever.
Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2. And those movies, they're awful. Don't watch them.
Maybe I didn't watch it.
You probably didn't.
Good.
You probably made a wise choice. Yeah. But the rumor is that the guy that plays Daredevil, Charlie Cox, might make an appearance in that movie.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like they might be bringing those guys back somehow. The next one is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a new series created for Disney Plus, directed by Mohamed Diab. The action adventure features a complex vigilante who suffers from dissociative identity disorder. The multiple identities who live inside him are distinct characters who appear against a backdrop of Egyptian iconography. I will say I have read some of the Moon Knight comics. There's a run by Jeff Lemire that's pretty good. And so this might have a chance. They haven't said it definitively yet, but the rumor is that Oscar Isaacs is going to play Moon Knight. Man, there's so many of these. It's like I like Marvel shit, but even I'm questioning is this too much?
I love it.
Well, because of the wars, Disney's going to drop I heard 15 to 16 billion on content, and they figure Netflix is going to have to drop 20.
I mean, do you guys think at some point there? I was thinking about this. Is there a singularity we're reaching with this shit? Because even though I like Marvel shit, I'm looking at these and I'm like, am I going to be able to watch all this shit? I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely a breaking point where are you even going to want to watch that much stuff?
Yeah, I think they'd be almost better off to at least pare it down a little bit. I don't know.
Well, Disney has a bit of a lead because they have such a huge backlog of content, and so they're trying to stay out in front, I think.
But I mean, everybody's doing it. HBO Max is spending money like crazy. Netflix is spending money like crazy. They're all doing
it's a big battle. You're gonna see prices going up is the prediction.
Yeah, Marvel already announced they're going up $1 in a couple months.
And
Netflix is going up. Yeah.
They're. The next one is Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is a newly announced series heading to Disney Plus that stars Sam Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull Talos character from who we first met in the Captain Marvel movie. The crossover comic event series showcases a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years. So that might be all right.
Yeah, watch that.
The next one, Ironheart. Ironheart, the second of the newly announced series coming to Disney Plus, stars Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, a genius inventor who creates the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, and it's...
See, that's the thing, is this character in the comics is only a couple years old, and I'm not saying someone won't eventually, write a comic with her that people love, but it hasn't happened yet. She's had a couple series that just got canceled, and it's not a character that's taken off yet. So I'm kind of surprised they're going with this series. But
yeah, well, I mean, every once in a while you get a writer who has some, random thought that they. Plus, I think maybe you get a little more freedom with certain side characters, so maybe they
that's
see something there.
Yeah, so she's not rich or anything? Or?
No, she's this teenage kid that's just super duper smart. And I think in the comics she I don't remember, I think she makes maybe a suit or something and somehow gets Tony's attention. I forget. I even read some of it and I don't remember because it just doesn't leave an impression on me. The next is also kind of Iron Man related, Armor Wars. Armor Wars, based on the classic Marvel comic series, comes to Disney Plus, starring Don Cheadle as James Rhodes, a.k.a. War Machine, who must face what happens when Tony Stark's tech falls into the wrong hands, which I know people on the internet have been saying that, but Tony Stark's tech falling into the wrong hands pretty much happens all the time, it seems like. Let's see. The next one will probably be fun and short at least. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, slated for Disney Plus during the 2022 holiday season, is written and directed by Guardians of the Galaxy veteran James Gunn. So
Yeah, a fun romp.
I'm definitely
probably.
down with that, and it doesn't sound like it's a series. It's probably just one show, one special, and I'm definitely down for that. The next one is probably more of like a kids-oriented thing. I Am Groot features everyone's favorite baby tree in a series of original shorts coming to Disney Plus.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you had Baby Yoda. Let's have another baby.
well, I mean, he already exists in the movie.
Yeah.
They list some Pixar stuff, but none of it's like really. Oh, they're making a Cars series. Everyone's favorite Cars. Okay. This one will get you and your sister excited, AJ.
I see.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah.
Exclusively on Disney Plus is the spooky sequel to the 1993 Halloween cult classic.
Yeah, I'm down to watch that for sure. It's coming out next October, I guess.
It doesn't say on here, but
Probably.
maybe. They're remaking Three Men and a Baby. A modern take on the hilarious 80s comedy will star Zac Efron and is slated for a 2022 release on Disney Plus.
They only have one
Not
star,
watching
and it's Zac Efron. I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards out.
I mean, Three Men and a Baby. Like, who are the other two? They don't got any.
Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Now, what if they somehow like wedge Tom Selleck and all those other guys into it, Ted Danson?
Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah.
Just to touch on this, Hocus Pocus is the quintessential Halloween movie.
Is it though?
I don't think I have any like dedicated Halloween movies.
Yeah, I don't really either. Like, I really liked the Casper movie when I was a kid.
Oh, I used to.
I revisited it a couple years ago, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, but
It's a kids movie.
I don't
It's a
have
kids
any.
movie,
I
yeah.
don't have any affinity for it. Another remake, they're remaking Cheaper by the Dozen, which I swear they've already remade before, but
Didn't see the first one.
I know Steve Martin did it.
Yeah.
well, back in the day, I think
Like
was it
in the
Lucille
60s or
Ball?
something.
Lucille Ball, I think, and somebody. I know Mom really liked that original, but yeah, they're doing it again. I think this time with a black lead. It's Gabrielle Union.
So they remade it with Steve Martin. It was made before that.
Yeah, there's a really old version. Like I said, I think it has Lucille Ball and somebody else. Let's see, another Ice Age thing. Animated Night at the Museum. This one kind of saddens me, not from the people involved, but just how they're doing it. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, a hybrid live-action animated feature, is in development, starring John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, and with a cameo by Seth Rogen. Like, I like those people, but I would rather just have like a straight-up animated thing. I don't want a live-action hybrid.
So it's going to be like Smurfs or
Yeah, it's going to be like Smurf. Yeah, it's going to be something like that that's probably shitty. Pinocchio is coming to Disney Plus in a compelling new live-action retelling that will leverage state-of-the-art CGI to bring Pinocchio to life. A living puppet with the help of a cricket as his conscience must prove himself worthy to become a real boy in a musical remake of the Disney animated classic. Robert Zemeckis directs with Tom Hanks starring. These live-action remakes of like animated classics, they just don't do anything for me.
Tom Hanks is Geppetto.
Yeah, I mean Tom Hanks is talented, but I don't.
Yeah, Tom Hanks brings it.
They're making a Peter Pan and Wendy thing. I don't really care about that. Disenchanted, a sequel to the hit film Enchanted, which I've never seen, will stream exclusively on Disney Plus. Amy Adams returns as Giselle, who found her life flipped upside down when she fell out of her animated fantasy world and discovered herself stuck in real life Manhattan. And man, they're really going back now. Sister Act 3.
Oh, Sister Act. This is crazy.
The third film in the beloved Sister Act series is in development. Whoopi Goldberg is on board to star and produce, with Tyler Perry also signed on as producer on the project.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Perry's going to dress up like a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, they can do a Madea
Yeah, it's a
crossover.
crossover.
Have you guys ever seen a Tyler Perry movie? I've never seen one.
I've never watched I know I've seen probably like 5 minutes and been like, oh god.
Yeah, I've never actually watched one.
I don't know anything about Tyler. I just know people make
Black
fun
people
of
owe me reparations.
him. I know black people make fun of him, like his
Yeah.
movie.
Well, the thing is, I think black people were like, this is all we've got.
Well, I'd say they owe us reparations, but I think Madea is just their revenge for Earnest. You know, when movies were coming out like pancakes, like black people were like, "What the fuck, white people? Come on!"
Yeah, probably. Even white people. I remember liking the first one when I was a kid, though.
I've never seen an Ernest.
Yeah, Ernest Goes to Camp. I remember really liking, and then some of the other
Probably
ones.
like super racist with their Native American stuff. You're like, oh, we can't do this.
Let's see. They also announced that Raya and the Last Dragon, one of their animated features, they're going to do that thing they did with Mulan, where like people can watch it at home if they want to spend an extra $30. I can't.
Oh, no.
I can't imagine people wanting to do that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna see not enough for that deal, but
They announced a couple more animated series. Baymax, which centers around that character from Big Hero 6, which is a movie I still haven't watched.
yeah, it's okay.
Zootopia Plus is going to be an animated series based on Zootopia. They got one called Iwaju, or I don't know, probably mispronouncing that. But teaming up with an animation studio and our Pan-African comic book entertainment company. I don't know what this is. And then two other series, Tiana, which I guess I've never watched the Princess and the Frog. I guess she's the princess from that movie. They're going to do a series about her, and then a Moana series as well.
Moana?
So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Moana.
Yeah. I hope they have some good songs in there.
Man, and then see American Geographic. I don't care about any of that stuff. God, man, they're going back, man. The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers. Lauren Graham and Emilio Estevez reprising his role from the original feature films.
He's been out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's like directed a lot of stuff, but he hasn't acted in a lot.
I haven't seen him in a long time. I never remember seeing directed by Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Do you know he's Charlie Sheen's brother?
Yeah.
Starring the next chapter of the hit Mighty Ducks franchise, premiering in early 2021. In present-day Minnesota, the Mighty Ducks have evolved from scrappy underdogs to an ultra-competitive powerhouse youth hockey team. After 12-year-old Evan is unceremoniously cut from the Ducks, he and his mom Alex set out to build their own ragtag team of misfits to challenge the cutthroat, win-at-all-cost culture of competitive youth sports.
It sounds like the Mighty Ducks are going to get their comeuppance.
Man, our childhood is just, they're doing everything. Turner and Hooch. When an ambitious, buttoned-up U.S. Marshal inherits a big, unruly dog, he soon realizes the dog he didn't want may be the partner he needs. Josh Peck stars as Scott Turner, son of Detective Scott Turner, portrayed in the original 1989 film by Tom Hanks.
Josh Peck from Drake and Josh?
I think it is that guy, yeah.
Dang.
Wow, so that's it.
That was quite a list.
They're
putting out a ton.
I didn't know my topic was going to take up the whole show. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, that's all right. I had Jack.
So AJ,
Today.
we'll toss it back to you.
All right. This one's not as well. It's kind of, I don't know. A father died when a game of slaps with his teenage son went tragically wrong. A dad died when a game of slaps with his son. Oh, just repeating it. He fell backwards, hitting his head on the road. An inquest heard. Army veteran Malcolm Callender, 48, and his son Ewan had been playing a game after watching football when he reeled backwards and fell, fatally striking his head. The coroner heard that 19-year-old Ewan, who was not keen on hitting his bigger-built father, the bursar of prestigious Wellington College, did it because he wanted to make him proud, and horrific consequences. Malcolm, who had struck Ewan with a stinging slap when they went out to watch football on April 12th last year, stood with his hands behind his back and said to his son, "Right, you can have your free shot." Witnesses saw Ewan clench his fists on Friar Street in Reading Berks where before he delivered the slap, which sent Mr. Calendar's senior's head backward onto the road. So basically, him and his father were playing a game where they slap each other all the time, and they've been doing this for a long time. And like he slapped his father so hard that he fell down and died.
Yeah, you would feel pretty bad, but then like the dad sounds like he's kind of pushy about it.
Yeah, apparently they did all kinds of stuff like that at home. They'd like poke each other's ribs with like what they call steel fingers and like.
Okay, yeah, his dad sounds like kind of like an alpha butthole.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But yeah, you still feel horrible.
Yeah, you'd feel horrible. That's a horrible thing. But at the same time, like, why add more pain into your life?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of game is that? Hey, life already sucks. Let's slap each other or hit each other in the balls or whatever else. Like, that's nuts.
Well, you've seen those slapping competitions?
Yeah, those are crazy.
Those are crazy.
God, those guys slap the shit out of each other.
Yeah. And I mean, last time I was slapped was by my mom when I was a kid, and I remember it today. I can feel residual pain from that slap.
Slapping's an interesting tactic.
It hurts more than punching. I'd rather get punched than slapped. The stinging afterwards, oh my gosh.
We should do like a video where we're like a bunch of pussies in a slap competition. We like hurt our hands and stuff.
He has a beard, it hurts.
Hey, what's that family of assholes in Billy Madison? O'Doyle's?
O'Doyle rules.
I think this is what that family was. They were the O'Doyle.
I have a feeling your whole family's gonna...
O'Doyle. Man, I miss comedies that just have
That are just
random
stupid.
bullshit. Yeah. Like, those are the funniest things.
Nobody like makes just cheap garbage that's funny.
Oh, what about Always Sunny? That's kind of funny.
Is it cheap?
It's kind of cheap, right? They're always
It's funny, though.
Yeah.
It is funny.
It's just them in the bar or like going around.
Yeah, I guess that's not huge because you mainly got one set and they have some other stuff, but...
Apartment here and there.
It feels like it's been a long time, though, since I've seen a movie that was like a comedy that was like as silly as things
Just
like
silly.
Billy Madison and
Yeah.
Dirty Work that really made me laugh.
Yeah, I can't think of anything recently. No.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind.
It seems like most of the comedies these days are like, Judd Apatow style comedies that are more like dramedies. Like they always
Yeah,
have
it's
to have
drama
points
comedy,
where
yeah.
they get, and like some of those are good and they have their place.
Yeah, you make
but,
some good comedies.
but none of them make you laugh as much as like the silly,
I mean, like, was he part of Superbad? Maybe
he may have
directed.
produced it. He didn't direct it.
produced.
yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, he's definitely got some funny stuff out there, but yeah, it's not just stupid.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
did Step Brothers come out?
I still haven't seen
I
that.
don't know.
Really? It's okay. It's not that good, but people, I don't know. Everybody loved it, so I don't know.
I usually don't like Will Ferrell, but I thought it was all right.
I might have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
There are some funny things. I won't ruin it.
All right.
Yeah, there are a couple of good things.
All right. Manifesto Round 2.
Man, I don't really have anything worth talking about. That one's depressing. This one, I don't even know what I was talking about. So, like, on this initial round of COVID vaccines, like, 4 people have had Bell's palsy, which they think probably isn't enough to say it's above background noise. But it's like, basically, you kind of look like you have a stroke, like one of your nerves
Right.
shuts off and you get, like, droopy face on one side.
Yeah, Jim Ross has that.
So there were a number of people who were kind of freaking out about it, but I don't know. It doesn't really sound like it's anything. But
So
a lot of people are nervous about
they
it.
think that the coronavirus itself caused people to get the Bell's palsy.
Or
Well,
the
the
vaccine.
thing is, when they're doing the tests and whatever, they monitor all this stuff. So, like, of all the other things, like this one had 4 issues. So people kind of like, you look at it and you pick that out. And statistically, to say it's more than like background noise, it's hard to say. But
Oh, this was from people getting vaccines?
from the people who've had vaccines, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, there's more questions, right? Because you got to know like 4 out of how many,
Yeah, it was something like 20,000.
Oh,
So I think it was higher than like the baseline of what people just happen to get, but not enough to say it's like definite.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd take that chance. 4 out of 20,000.
Yeah, that's not too much. Too much.
What's your guys' shithouse guess of like when the vaccine will become like readily available for people? I'm going to guess like May or June.
Yeah, I think so too. Mostly because they didn't order enough vaccines apparently, so they have to wait till like June next year to like get enough of them for everyone.
I heard in the U.S. they were estimating that they'd have like 100 million by May. 100 million people vaccinated. But yeah, I'm kind of pulling that number out of my butt. It does seem like I saw that though.
Yeah, get the most vulnerable first. Get the old.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they have like priorities, but like the frontline workers and then the elderly, and then just kind of move through the system.
All right, was that it for that one?
Yeah.
So I kind of gave you this question ahead of time just to see, because I thought it would be fun.
Yeah, I was hoping this will suck up some time. That's why all my other stuff is half-assed.
Pitch a movie that combines more than one franchise, and I only did one, so it sounds like you guys maybe did more than I did.
Some of these aren't good, but I threw together a couple.
Okay, let's hear them.
So I think maybe the top one would be fun. It'd be like the Marvel cast in the Hunger Games.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so they have to fight each other or die.
But do you think they would actually kill each other like they're heroes?
Well, it'd have to be somebody powerful enough. But you could throw the villains in with them.
Like the Grandmaster, didn't he have like a competition where they?
Right, they had the Colosseum, right?
Yeah.
I feel though like if you throw the villains and the heroes together, the heroes are just going to band together and fight the villains.
Okay, but what happens when they're the only ones left? You don't think any of them are going to get desperate?
Maybe, but like what's holding over their head to like, because
well, it has to be some ultra powerful like being or something.
like Thanos or something.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that might be interesting.
Something capable of killing them.
Yeah, somebody who's got something against, like somebody who's like maybe humanity's at risk.
But the same as like the Hunger Games, ultimately, like you have to have some kind of like pushback eventually.
It actually might be interesting just to put a bunch of villains and forget about the heroes. I'll have all the villains.
Superman will kill them if they don't fucking start killing each other.
All right, you got another one too?
That was one. I was thinking you could throw Jurassic Park in with a couple different ones. Like, could have Indiana Jones in Jurassic Park, and the dinosaurs are like Nazis. I love dinosaur Nazis.
T-Rexes, I hate these guys.
So what kind of Nazis are they? They want everybody to have sharp teeth and
I just like the vision of like a T-Rex with his short arms, but he's got one of those Nazi bands.
As a joke, you could put a Star David on him. He can't get it off. Indiana Jones, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, you'd have trouble like rebooting it in like certain circumstances, because I feel like the cultural appropriation / like stealing artifacts is much more frowned upon these days.
Yeah, that's true.
Classic British.
He's like putting in British museums.
Yeah. This belongs in a museum. He's like, oh shit, that's not right anymore.
That's funny. That's true.
I don't know. What about like Lord of the Rings in Jurassic Park? Just freaking chasing, killing hobbits.
The Shire would be messed up.
Shire, yeah.
Well, at least wouldn't be more boring than Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah, spice it up a little bit.
Man, I know a lot of people love those movies, but fuck, I find them so boring.
Just throwing dinosaurs in with anything is a little bit of spice.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you guys got?
I've got Men in Black meets Thor.
I was thinking Men in Black, but I wasn't sure who to put them with.
Yeah, I think Thor's like a funny guy, you know.
I was like, Avatar, maybe? It's like, this would be some fucked up shit. Killing the natives.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh, man. Well, yeah, I feel like Thor would be like a lighthearted, and then if you had like a Will Smith or whoever you put there, like Tommy Lee Jones, like they could bounce stuff off of each other.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. So, plus Thor, he's from outer space. He could teach some stuff to those guys, and they could be on a big mission to find some big baddie somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being entertaining.
Second one is John Wick and Fast and the Furious.
He just kills all of them.
Yeah, basically.
With a car.
I want to see him go after them.
Fucking drifts over people.
I want to see how they get away from this guy.
You don't really see like those tricked out cars in movies where it's like the old James Bond where he's got like a machine gun and there's a fucking missile under the hood and crazy shit.
No, those Fast and Furious movies are insane. Like, to make them, I think that takes incredible work.
I haven't really. I watched the first one and then I like cashed out my chips.
I don't really watch them either, but like I saw like footage and stuff.
I mean, I know it's like crazy stunts. Yeah.
Yeah, they have like a safe that's like flying around. They go through planes and all. It's just nuts.
I saw an article heading. I didn't read the article, but like apparently Christopher Nolan was quoted as saying that he likes those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see what John Wick could do to those.
I mean, I felt like the first one was okay for an action movie. So, like, I get so cashed out on action movies. Like, I cash out really easy. Like, it's just like I'm like, if there's too much action and no story, like
it's all about family, man.
Yeah,
Family.
they do have like that element.
It might be fun to mix Fast and Furious with like a, Cannonball Run or Rat Race type of thing, where like they're all trying to go after some MacGuffin and all these crazy vehicles,
You sure Disney's not rebooting that?
Well, I think they're owned by Universal, so Peacock will be doing something.
And the last one I got, this one's just, I would love to see this Hulk versus the Transformers. That would be, I would just to
Crossover.
see him breaking them and all kinds of stuff.
There's like a time in the 80s where they were doing a lot of those like versus movies.
Yeah, they did like Superman versus like Marvel character stuff.
Yeah, but you'd be seeing like Alien versus Predator.
And,
yeah.
and Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it was a big thing for a while. I was kind of thinking about some of those too, and I didn't piece one together. I think it'd be fun to like have Rambo just running around killing a bunch of something.
I thought about Rambo too. Yeah.
Well, the one I came up with, you mentioned Indiana Jones earlier. And this one they could actually do now that Indiana Jones is owned by Disney. But I had Indiana Jones meets the Rocketeer. And like, because they're both from like that similar time period. So like, I figure what could happen is like, the Rocketeer had his, adventure in Los Angeles. And then like, they basically recruit him for the war effort. Because like maybe they like are trying to get someone to pilot the jetpack, but nobody did it as well as him. So they like recruit him to come over, and fight in World War II. But at the same time, like, Indy, he's after some artifact, and maybe it puts off some light or causes some commotion that gets the Rocketeer's attention, and I figure like maybe it could be like maybe he's after the Spear of Destiny or something, and Hitler's also after that. Then you got the Nazis in there too, and you got Indy, and the Rocketeer fighting Nazis. Man, sign me up for that. And I just like that they're both like pulp heroes, and they're both in that same time period. I think it would work well.
Indiana Jones meets snakes on a plane. I hate snakes.
I don't remember the Rocketeer that much. I know I've seen it. But...
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. That's a Disney.
Yeah,
right?
it's Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun little movie.
I think Disney just added all those X-Men movies.
Onto their service.
Yeah, so they've got a lot.
I don't know when's the last X-Men came out. They did like the new school ones, right?
Oh, they did that Dark Phoenix or whatever. That was not good.
Was that a second Phoenix movie?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. Supposedly it's
because
really
like the
bad.
third one had the Phoenix and it wasn't very good, right?
Right.
And so they're like, let's do this again.
And then apparently it fucked it up again.
Yeah.
And then they just put out one called New Mutants, which was like the last of the like Fox made movies, and apparently it's pretty terrible as well.
Oh.
So now another thing, like, what was the Logan movie? Everyone was killed except for those two, right? Something like that, or was that part of it?
Killed except for who?
Logan and the Professor. Like most of the X-Men were gone at that point.
Oh, yeah, I think that was part of the storyline of Logan. Yeah, a lot of the X-Men had died. Yeah, except for them.
So that's an exciting thing to ramp up to. The actual genocide of the X-Men.
I think the thing was like maybe Charles, like, because his brain was deteriorating, I think maybe he actually killed him.
Oh,
like,
that does seem like it was something.
Yeah,
right? Like he was
on
in that,
accident.
Yeah, and he was in that chamber or whatever.
Yeah,
and somehow like
I haven't watched Logan in a while. It seems like it was a pretty good movie.
yeah, it seemed decent.
I like this is gonna sound crazy, but I liked Apocalypse. It was a good movie. I thought, he's not the same character as he is in the comics and stuff, but it doesn't matter. I still thought it was a good movie.
I didn't hate it the way a lot of people did. Like it's definitely not as good as a lot of them, but yeah, I didn't like. A lot of people like hated it and said it was total shit, and I was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah, I just didn't get why he had so many powers. He could have easily killed people with those powers, like at the end.
Yeah, because like there's that one scene where he like turns somebody to dust.
Yeah,
and it's like, why didn't he just do that again?
Yeah.
All right, that was a fun little topic. AJ, you got anything else?
Oh, yeah. Let me see what I got here. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about this one. Pilots use jet to draw penis in the sky in support of masturbating footballer. Yep, this is
This sounds like an English thing.
I do get a lot of my news from English papers, but this one is specifically Russian. Oh. 2 pilots are under investigation for allegedly maneuvering their passenger jet through the air so that it drew the shape of a penis in the sky. The phallic-like turns were captured on flight tracking software and were apparently a bizarre act of solidarity with the Russian football team's captain. The unnamed crew of Russian Pobeda airline are reported to have flown the plane so that it drew a penis to back their country's team captain Artem Dzyuba, who was suspended from international duty after footage showing him appearing to masturbate in bed was leaked online. A video highlights the alleged X-rated detour taken by flight DP-407 DP en route from Moscow to Yekaterinburg on November 11th. Kremlin-owned RT, which is I think Russia Today, called it a ballsy flight path. Wow. But questioned whether the alleged stunt was a bit too cocky. This was probably the way in which Pobeda and captains expressed their support to Russian team captain Artem Dzyuba and showed their attitude to him being bullied, said a spokesman for the airline. It was later confirmed that the Federal Air Transport Agency is investigating the phallic protest over the city of Neftekamsk. Reports suggest the crew requested permission for air maneuvers due to a need to check radio navigation equipment. Oleg Panteleev, executive director of Aviaport Agency, told the RBC news outlet that a check was being made on whether the crew had received permission for unusual maneuvers after blah, 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 in sky. You got to be mad to perform maneuvers like this. These kinds of things get punished severely. See. Oh, here's more about the football player. Separately, the FSB Security Service is investigating whether the 32-year-old Zenit St. Petersburg player was blackmailed for $5 million over the compromising video, which was allegedly hacked from his mobile phone. So it sounds like this football player, like somebody tried to make him pay ransom for footage of him jacking off.
Yeah, $5 million is a little steep.
Yeah, I'd be like, release that shit. I don't care.
You want another one?
Yeah. It's just videos. Let's go to Pornhub. There's plenty of stuff there.
Yeah. He can go bang a Kardashian and make some money.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get that there's some things you want to keep private. Yeah. I don't want people to see me taking a shit,
Yeah.
But at the same
time. But it happens.
Yeah, exactly. You do that shit all the time. So... yeah, if somebody had a video of me like that and they were saying $5 million, I'd be like, I am shameless for $5 million. Go nuts.
Man, I saw a story a while back, and I actually felt really bad for this guy. I'm pretty sure he's like a professional baseball player, but he was in a parking lot and he was jerking off in his car, and a cop somehow caught him, and they actually arrested him and mugshot and everything for jerking off in his own fucking car.
Man,
He must have really been going at it.
we need to go back and add an amendment on this Bill of Rights thing they got. Because that's wrong.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like I could see him, like, if he was just, like, jacking off in public, I guess, fine, but, like, he's in his fucking vehicle, and I don't know. It's just, it seemed weird that they would go after him like that,
Yeah, I mean, the car, it depends. If people can see him doing it and he's like, it's a lewd public act, then I get it. But,
Like if he's in the corner of a parking lot and the cop is like, what's that car doing over there?
and he's literally just pants down. He's,
I don't think it was like that, though. I think he was, like, trying to be discreet about it.
Right.
I don't think he was actually, but...
I don't think I could do that, jerk off in public.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't.
I know one of our guards caught somebody in like a stairwell jerking off.
Was he homeless?
I don't know the full story. They caught somebody who was just in our
If you're
stairwell.
homeless, then you
have to jerk off in public.
I mean, you can't not jerk off.
It's like the stairwell seemed like better than somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a private-ish. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, public bathroom isn't too far away. Just
That
go to
seems
one
like the
of those.
best choice in most cases.
Yeah, that's not masturbating in public. If you go to the bathroom, that's fine. We've done that in high school when I was a kid. Confessions to the podcast.
Oh, I got a story. It's not quite a masturbation story, but like when I was getting into the Army, right? We have to go to. It was a long way to the testing station because it was in Butte, Montana. So I had to go all the way to the testing station. But like they'd put you up in a room and stuff, and then you'd be there with some other people testing or whatever. And like I had all these people around, right? And so I was like, well, there's people around. I'm not jerking off. And so like I'm just like, holding it in or whatever. And then like we go to like a Walmart or something, and like we're in a van or something, like we're in the third row, and like I feel like I'm gonna have the diarrhea, and so like I'm like, oh shit, and we get to the Walmart, and so like they're taking their time getting out of the front doors, so someone opens the back, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going over the back. So like I go over the back, and for like whatever reason, like I nut my pants, just like random nut. And then I'm like, oh shit. So I got the diarrhea, and then like I fucking busted a nut in my pants.
Man, how does that happen?
Yeah.
So then like I fucking like, hurry duck walk into Walmart and fucking try to like ditch my underwear.
I'm still surprised the mechanics of the nut coming from you having a diarrhea. Like, that's weird.
Well, like it does like push, I guess.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like that Dr. Drew
Dr.
thing
Drew where like
of
it
the
pushes
shit
on your
pushing the cum
prostate.
out.
But like, so I had like probably like a backload of fucking nut, and then like I got all this fucking diarrhea shit, and I'm trying to fucking get over the seat, and like something
boom.
just like squished.
Interesting. So you got a double fluid situation.
Yeah,
going.
so like as a young person, that's pretty traumatic. Like trying to figure out like, okay, I've got the diarrhea. I try not to shit my pants, but I've fucking got a fucking nut. Hopefully nobody can see like the nut in my pants or whatever.
And for
your
the
pants
rest of the rest of the time, he just climbed over shit to see if he could rub it.
You were just climbing.
Every time you get in a van, I'll just go over the seat. Don't mind me.
So yeah, actually, when I was in boot camp, I was in there for like 6 months, and as a teenager, and so we would all masturbate like in our beds at night, and like it was just a big,
Like everybody knows.
yeah, everybody's in this big room, and you'd wait till everybody goes to sleep, but there's still a drill instructor, like
Right.
some officer or somebody like who's watching you all sleep,
Yeah.
and so you'd like be very careful about it, but
That's another place I just bust in the bathroom.
but the bathroom was open too. It was like right there.
Oh, you had no, we
Yeah.
had stalls.
Oh, okay. But so like this one guy,
Yeah, that'd be even kind of worse.
yeah, and this one
It's
guy.
like look the other way, guys.
One guy, he couldn't wait to go to bed. Like, literally, the drill instructor was like just walking
The
around.
lights switch off.
Immediately after, like, everyone's like, all right, you know, and like the drill instructor was like, quit jerking off, boy. And he was like, sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes.
Oh, man. Oh, that was funny.
Wait, what was this thing you were at? This.
Oh, it was for like juvenile boot camp. Like I got in trouble, so I had to go to boot camp.
Really?
Yeah.
You got in that much trouble?
Yeah.
Like what? How old were you?
17.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
spent a good like 10, 11 months away from my family on that one.
Where'd you have to go to?
Yeah.
Just mostly boot camp, and the rest of the time was spent in county jail waiting to go to boot camp. So it was like full, and then you have to wait a few months to get in, and then you go through that program, and then they let you out.
Where was the boot camp located at?
Atascocita, Texas.
Huh.
Yeah, it got me in shape, man. I lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I lost
Teaches
a ton
you
of weight.
discipline. Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely turns your mind around being in the Army.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like very serious after that, I feel like.
Yeah, you don't really have a sense of humor when you get out of there. That's true. It took me time to adjust back to like reality.
Yeah, being normal.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. You're all like straight laced and everything.
Yeah, it's very, very much like that. And I called like everybody sir and ma'am.
Yeah, me too.
But now like I don't like calling anyone sir unless they're like very old.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, this guy, I owe him a little bit of respect, you know?
Yeah.
Which I don't know why I have that, because getting old is no like merit badge.
Survive that long.
Yeah.
Show some wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're doing pretty good on time. Should we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't have nothing.
Yeah, I could save some topics.
All right, guys. Well, if you like this video, and I don't know how you could, but please give us a like, subscribe, positive review, comment, any comment, crazy comments that tell us to go fuck ourselves, whatever. Just give us a comment. And guys, what are your Twitter handles?
I am a name for this too, and that's the number 2.
At unsolicited SUG.
And you can find me at Zach Jones Live. That's ZachJonesLive. And that will do it for all of our shenanigans this week. Please tune in again next week. Bye.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Take care, guys.